No, no, I'm not do exercise every day, but about twice a week.
Oh, really? So swimming or jogging?
Running and do some workout in the
Ah,
gym. Do some workout. Yeah.
mm, it's really good. Mm.
Uh, you Karisan, do you go to the gym?
No, never. There is a big gym um, very near from my house. It's just 3 minutes walk, but I never join that gym.
Only
Mm.
3 minutes. Why?
But exercise is
Yeah.
yeah, only minutes.
Okay. So let's start this class. Welcome to the last class of this month, and all this while we've been talking about communication, and still today we proceed with the same topic. And so we've been concentrating on effective communication, looking at the barriers we face during communication, how to make our communications better, the 10 different ways of communication. And so Yukiyo-san sent her apology. Like I told you, she's in a meeting right now, but she sent her greetings. She said, please greet for me my classmates. So I convey her message to you all. And so we, like I told you in the previous, just to clarify the message I sent in the group about the homework, there is no document I can share for like review that you can read. It's just a simple homework that we shall do in class, which which is um which is about communication. So like we are focusing.
So like we
There's
are
some echo coming.
there's some echo coming.
Yes, I
Echo.
can hear some.
Oh, no.
Yes,
I can get some feedback.
I can get some feedback.
Maybe the phone. Okay,
My
it's
home.
okay now.
Sorry. Okay.
It's fine now. So it will be about communication. So I'll just give you people a hint about what you can focus on. Just it will be asking about your opinion about maybe your perspective on communication on an international scale. Yeah, just communication on an international scale. So the questions will be revolved around that. So thinking along that line, maybe it will just to narrow. That's the best I can do. That's what I was told. Like it will be around that. So I'm not so sure also what questions they would ask. So that's all for the next homework. In this class though, we still proceed with communication, and if you have questions that you've not understood from the homework, please you can ask me before we can proceed.
You say in the next class,
Yeah.
what the topic
Uh,
should we
yeah,
prepare?
it will be around like communication, but on an international scale.
International scale
Yeah, like
communication.
communication, but on a bigger picture, not like locally now. They're looking at it on an international scale, right? What is your perspective around about that? So it will be like asking about your opinion about communication, but on an international scale. Okay. So So let's jump on to today's work now. And
Okay.
I've just been imagining what is the temperature in Taiwan currently?
It's cool. Not very
Not
cold,
very cold.
but yeah,
Hmm.
no. I think a little hot.
A little hot.
Because I think because a
Hmm.
typhoon will coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's when will it come?
Every typhoon,
When will it come?
maybe 5 days after
mm,
5 days after.
Okay.
Every time when a typhoon will coming, the temperature will be up. It will
oh,
because the cloud around by the
Hmm.
wind.
Hmm.
mm. And Hansa, you don't wear sweater, so I'm wearing sweater. So totally very cold. Mm,
What is the temperature today? What has been the temperature today, Yukari-san?
maybe 10. Which
10 Celsius.
yeah, 10, 10,
10 Celsius.
18 or something.
Hmm.
18. Yeah.
Because according to my phone, it tells me it will go even to
Ah,
8.
yeah. 16 degree.
Aye.
Yeah.
So
16
it's
degrees.
quite cold today in Kyoto.
Yes, very cold.
So
Take care of
I
yourself.
almost
Drink some hot tea. Take care of yourself.
thank you.
I think I'll also take some tea, hot coffee afterwards, because today
Yes.
feels so strange. It's a bit cold for me.
Mm.
If you're tired, you have to drink some coffee, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I see.
So Daniel, do you like coffee?
Yes,
Do you like
I
coffee?
like coffee, but not so much. Yeah,
Oh.
but basically, maybe even warm water is okay. I can take warm water. But I'm not a fan of coffee so much, but I can take.
Do you like to drink tea
Not really,
in Japan or?
not really. Okay, maybe it's going to become cold. I'll have a lot of tea. But during summer, I used to like. I even stopped taking tea. So because it's hot, I just take cold things every time. So
Because it's tested. No test.
yeah, sure. And then
You
also,
you like the you like drink something like coffee?
but cold, maybe cold. Cold
Better.
coffee is okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Daniel, I have a question.
Right.
Uh, uh, um, uh, what kind of drinks is popular in Uganda?
Ah,
So in Japan, we drink some green tea, Japanese green tea. So how about
um, we have depending on the region, because we come from different regions with different cultures, and but in terms of like locally made drinks, we have one called obushera. Yes,
obshera? What is? Oh,
yes, obushera, right?
Triku
It's made out of millet. Do you know millet or sorghum?
millet?
soda.
Sorghum, millet.
Soda.
No,
Yeah.
not soda.
Mm.
Sorghum. Yes.
Sorghum.
So, uh, I'm just trying to get. Maybe you don't know about it, because
Mm.
uh, it's a very popular, but you have to ferment it in a way and then sometimes it becomes alcohol, sometimes it's not alcohol. So depending on how long you've kept it. So this is very common in the central region. And then the same is also prepared in our area, but in a different way. So you find the taste is different. So, but of course, we have the other drinks of
So it's just like a homemade
yeah,
drink.
it's homemade. And then
So every family make it
yes,
different.
yes. Also, like then we have also the factory processed drinks, like the soft drinks we have in different flavors, mango, passion fruits, or even the mixture. So you can get a multitude of drinks. And then, of course, you have the not the soft drinks. Alcohol is also in plenty. So we have really a variety that you can choose from.
Yeah.
But we don't have green tea, so we just have to import. So if you like green tea, then you can bring to Uganda, and then you can take
Okay.
it.
Good.
How about in Taiwan?
Tea. You said
No, in
tea?
Taiwan, what kind of drinks are there?
So many drink. We drink tea and a coffee and some alcohol. Yeah. Which we can accept every drink in Taiwan. Yeah. In Taiwan, we have some oolong tea,
Okay.
black tea, yeah, and green tea, yeah, and the tea have so many place. We call it in the high mountain tea, yeah, or the some like the just I think tea just like the coffee. Yeah, and the different area soil can take different tea and coffee taste different. Yeah, I think the special one is oolong tea. Yeah, in the Alice Mountain. Yeah, the famous one. Next, maybe I can um, I can Google it for you guys. Yeah. It's special.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So for the meantime, Yukari-san, I have a question for you. So there's this statement that says, it is by Stephen Covey. He said, most of us don't understand, don't listen with the intent to understand. We listen with the intent to reply. Have you ever had this similar experience? Why do you think it happens? How do we prevent this? I repeat, okay? He said, most of us don't listen with the intent to understand, okay? We listen with the intent to reply. So what is your opinion about this? Have you ever had this similar experience? Why do you think it happens?
Well, I don't, when I don't listen to, I intend to reply. So it means I pretend to understand what you say. So well, if I don't listen to you, Yeah, sometimes I pretend to listen. I just nodding, yes, yes, yes. But it just that my the attitude. It's like, yeah, I know, I understand. But to be honest, I didn't understand. And, and for example, when I was student, sometimes I, teacher said to me, and so teacher gave us some kind of lecture, lecture. But I was a student. Yes, yes, I listened. So I gave uh, signal. So I listened to my teacher. Something like that. Yeah, but it isn't good way. It isn't good behavior, I think. So I should say I don't know. So yes, even I uh, stopped that you are talking, but I I say I don't know. So uh, the speaker answered me if I said I don't know. So the speaker changed to speak in a way. They try to explain easier, e- more easily, or so it's kind of interaction. So yeah, even very small question is okay. So, anyway, so I should reply something. I should react something to speaker.
So like you just react, but you don't understand what maybe you're even replying to, you're reacting to. Yeah, like you just say yes, 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 but then in the process you don't understand what the other speaker is saying. Because actually this statement is about the purpose, is trying to find out the purpose of listening, right? Because he says most of us don't listen with the intention to understand. So, but we listen with the intention to reply. Like, because in some moment we try to assume that we already know what the other person is saying. Then you just there, but you just want to keep replying, you know? You don't want to, you don't listen to understand, but you listen so that you can have a reply on what someone is talking about. I think this is so common. I don't know. It's quite tricky. Handsome, let me ask you this. There's another statement someone said by my sister. She said, a good conversation is like a mini skirt, right? Short enough to retain interest, but long enough to cover the subject. Why do you agree with this?
Actually, I
Did you understand the question, the statement?
I understand, but I guess the conversation maybe maybe like exchange the speaker and the listeners opinion. So, but when the conversation too long, yeah, the speaker and the listener will uh, they cannot focus. So I think the communication not too long because because we cannot very focus on the topic very long time. So when a good conversation, I think we have to use some precise words. Yeah, easy to understand the topic you want to express. So um, so but I think sometimes when I want to finish a conversation, I will I will say yes, I understand. I understand. I will pretend I'm focused on the topic, but actually, I want to finish the conversation quickly. If my talking something to me, and I don't want to listen, and if I try to explain something, my boss cannot hear the explain. So I will say, I understand. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. I want to finish the conversation. A very different situation. So I will depend the situation to do different things. Yeah.
But this is talking of a good communication, a good conversation. Is they are trying to relate it to a mini skirt, like how you can see a lady wearing a mini skirt, but she's decent, right? It's enough to retain her interest and also long enough to cover the subject. This is a good conversation. In other words, it's brief but precise, also to the point.
Yeah.
So retaining the interest and then long enough to cover the subject is basically being brief and then precise to the point. Like it has easily understandable by both parties, you know. It's interesting. I mean, like there's a lot that you can benefit from the conversation. So this particular one was about the conversation being precise to the point, being brief enough to create an understanding. Okay. Now let's go back to the homework we did last time. We talked about the 10 ways of improving our communication, right? And then so there's a we shall go through the questions again, where like there's the first question that asks, how did you like the talk? Which rule did you like most? Why did you like it? That was the first question, and I think we had different responses, and so it's time to share the responses. Probably Yukari-san, you can go first if you're ready.
This topic is very interesting. So I have the same thought of what the speaker said. So I had a lot of experience that the speaker said you shouldn't do. So I reflect my conversation behavior. So I think number one, believe the most. People sometimes are too talkative and too longer. They don't try to listen to the other. It's like one way talking, that conversation. So people don't like a long speech for such as a wedding party speech or morning assembly in workplace. So only teacher talks for more than 5 minutes. No student. So I have the same experience as listener and speaker. So yeah, when I was teacher, and of course I spoke a lot for a long time. So sometimes students looked bored, and yeah, some students were sleeping. So it is very difficult to tell. I'd say difficult to have students focused on me. My speaking way. Yeah, so I hope I can try to be shorter my speech next time.
I see. Okay. So, Ansom, do you have questions regarding what she has just said?
I have a question to ask. If you suddenly found that your student is sleeping at your class, do you accuse them or blame them, or you will use another way to encourage your student, or you have any better idea for the situation?
Yeah, I tried to walk to him and to pat his shoulder. Wake up, wake up. And this is very important. Everybody, please listen to me, okay? So, and so while I have the class, so it was very difficult to change the speaking way and explain. So after that, next class, I try to make a different plan and interesting topics. I choose interesting topics. Sometimes we say manzai. So it's I said a lot of joke in my. At first, I talk a lot of joke, and I have students laugh. Then I started my important explanation like that.
So, with your experience, that was before when you were teaching. Now, when you talk to people, do you consider the fact that you may bore them? Like when you when you go out to talk to people, do you normally think of what kind of conversation you'll have with them so that you try to avoid making them look disinterested? Have you understood my question?
Yeah. Of course, I try to avoid such kind of situation. Yeah, maybe my class in my class, the first 10 minutes is like comedy show.
Okay.
Yeah. So I the students become relaxed and laughing a lot. So they how to say, anyway, they are relaxed, and it means they have already prepared to listen. I think. So yeah, it, the first interaction is very important, I think. I say hello, how are you? It's good. How about yesterday's TV program? Yeah, that's interesting, like that. So I try to interact with student. It's any topic's okay, I think. And then I enter today's important topics.
Okay. Okay. Handsome, what was your rule on that day?
I think be brief and use some precise words to conversation is good. And then also, I think the listening is the most important thing for me because I always talk. I sometimes I don't listen. I don't listen. I'm just talking. I'm just want to express my my opinion and my view. Um, so if I want to learn things, I have to learn how to listening because sometimes you keep speaking and speaking and speaking. You never hear any. I call it some noise. You cannot accept the other's opinion. So if you want to learn more, you have to respect the listener or the speaker. Yeah, because the communication is interaction is exchange others way. So if you want to learn more, I have to listening. Yeah. So I think the most important thing for me is listening. Yeah. I try to learn. Yeah.
Sure. So, going by what you people said, Yukari-san stressed the fact that she has to be brief, and then in being brief, we asked her questions about how she engages her own audience. So she says she tries to make jokes with them. She tries to have different teaching techniques. She tries to make people alert in her conversation. And then she also said first impression or the interaction you make with your audience is very important in engaging your audience. Mostly they act like ice breaks, like how to introduce a topic to your audience. And for Handsome, he mentioned that listening, yes, is the most important. But of course, he also agreed that having a brief conversation is also as well as important. So then you said listening offers you a platform to learn more. You get to learn more, and then maybe you also get a deeper understanding of what the conversation is all about because of the you listen, then you are able to ask questions. So
Yes, we have to open our mind.
yeah, sure.
The other's opinion. Yeah.
Okay. Mind. Okay, to other opinions. Okay, now the question 2 was the speaker said, get out, talk to people, listen to people, and most importantly, be prepared to be amazed in the end of the speech. What does prepared to be amazed mean in this situation? Yukari?
Me?
You're there? Okay.
this,
Mm.
this is very difficult
Mm.
question.
Mm.
But so prepare to be amazed. It's really new idea for me,
Mm.
but I think it means so. So if I'm amazed, so, to be amazed
Mm.
required so listening,
Mm.
listening carefully and listen with uh, in interest for others. So so I concentrate. If I concentrate on the other people speaking, so I can understand them and I can focus on. I mean, anyway, this means I should listen
Mm.
to them with respect
Mm.
and with interest,
Mm.
and focusing on them.
Mm. Mm.
So that's to prepare to be amazed.
Mm.
What do you think of Daniel and Handsome?
Anton, what would you say?
I think to to be prepared, to be amazed. Um, the meaning in the world, I think everyone they brought in different place, and then live in different families,
Mm.
and they have learning different technical, and they have their own skill, and everyone is different.
Mm.
So when how we prepare to amaze, because everyone is different. So if you go to talk with people, another people, and then listening to other people, you you can you can listen many variety of speak.
Mm.
And you can if you can accept others' opinion, you can learn many things, because everyone is different, and everyone has their good things. So if you prepare to listen, you can amazed.
Mm.
Yeah, you can learn different
Mm.
things from others.
Mm.
Yeah, that is my opinion.
Sure. Like just like you said, when you go out, you talk to people, you listen to people. These are two things you're doing: talking and then listening. And but then in the process, you be prepared to be amazed. So the amazing thing is coming in terms of something that you don't know, something that is new about your opinion on something. So it comes like a surprise package for you. Someone is waiting to deliver it to you in terms of what you don't know. So to be prepared to be amazed is being ready to be surprised by different opinions you'll receive from the other people you'll share with. Okay? So the next one was which technique do you think is most important to have a better conversation? If at all there's, how do you make sure that you have a better conversation? Which technique do you normally apply?
Brief.
Yeah,
short speaking.
Mm.
Mm,
I didn't get you.
mm, I think uh, to be brief is the most important,
Mm.
and um, so it's conversation. It's like the relay button. So and first I
Mm.
talk to you,
Mm.
and I keep button. You talk to me,
Mm.
and I give question, and next you answer. It's a good conversation, I think.
Mm.
And today I have this class, and I listened a lot of things from two of you. So I good conversation is like ping pong, so table tennis. So I hit a small ball, and you I say right. It's like a catch ball. It's very um, short exchange. Uh, so that's a good conversation, I think. So to be short, to be brief, and uh, and I should use easy word, and so I always, of course, I listen carefully and concentration, but and I checked so does he understand me or not? So that's kind of interaction and body language like this. So that's a conversation I try to do with help.
Handsome, what is your technique?
Yeah, I think I have two different ways. Yeah, to be a listener or to be a speaker. I think if I'm a speaker, just like Yukari-san says, be brief. Use some precise words to short your conversation. And also, I will asking some question to listener to uh, let him. I want to know. Is he in the situation or he had he actually he out of his mind, he's out of the situation. If I will be a good listener. I will try to understand the speaker says, and then I will also I will answer, I will reply the speaker, and I will asking some question to the speaker, yeah, to make sure I understand, yeah. So to be a good listener or to be a good speaker, it's exchange. So in the good way is asking more questions. Yeah, it will help you in the situation and know the things. Yeah.
So I understand all of you are asking about, talking about your conversation being brief. What's the difference between a brief conversation and a short conversation?
I think it's different. The, the, the short conversation sometimes the time maybe two questions over. The precise is you must you more accurate word. Yeah. and to not to talk too much. You just express the topic. It's the short version.
Yukarisen, what do you think?
Okay, short conversation. Yeah. A few exchange. I mean, hi, hello, how are you? Nothing. Oh, okay, like that. So very short. Maybe so people don't want to speak a lot with you. So it's I understand. I said okay, it's okay like that. Short conversation. So that kind of conversation we don't enjoy talking. Enjoy exchange ideas, feelings. It's
I see. So because my
just on surface.
Because my issue more is like if I have an audience, I go to meet my friend. I have 1 hour to be with my friend, and I'm supposed to have a brief conversation with them. How am I going to do it? I mean, like, because if I need my conversation to be interesting and we are talking of it being brief, so what do we mean actually by being brief? What is the context of a brief conversation? Is it time dependent or not time dependent? Does it so it's okay, I think it depends on the situation, depends on the topic you're talking about, depends also on the person you're talking to. But one of the techniques that we have to admit that when you talk to someone, being brief and precise makes conversation more interesting, makes someone understand easily what you're trying to say. This is the purpose of communicating between 1 or 2 people. Okay, so okay, time is going so fast. Let's go to the last section now. We have to make a presentation about the way you develop your communication skills in the daily life. The way I develop my communication in daily life. Anyone ready to take up this? How do you develop your communication skills in daily life?
Okay, so my first, okay. So if I don't know, so I try to say I don't know. So before, so sometimes I pretend to I understand. Yes, I know, but it's not a good way. If I said I don't know, so the speaker tried to explain again, and I can give some questions, and that interaction makes us make us so deeper understanding. So I should be honest. I don't know, and please tell me more, like that.
Okay.
So should I say two way?
Yes, it's okay.
Two way
it's okay.
And I should try to have a conversation with people I don't like, or stand on the opposite side of my opinion, and I should respect with other people. So just before Hassan said that people have everyone is different. Everyone has a different idea and opinion, and something special. So I should listen to what they say with respect, and I should open my ear. Yeah, I hope I try.
Okay. Hi, answer any questions you have for her.
Actually, if if I had somebody, I think some people can communicate, so I will avoid to communication with these guys because
Okay.
so yeah, because if you communication with the people you hate, yeah, it's very obviously in your face, body language, and some performance. You will tell him, I don't like you, I hate you. So, avoid the communication. Yeah, don't pretend I like you and we are good friends.
No.
No, it's not good because he will feeling this guy he hates me. So I will avoid the situation. So I cannot communicate.
No, but I think having a different opinion, someone having a different opinion doesn't mean that you hate them or they hate you. Because she said talking to people who have different opinion.
You like the people, yeah.
You can talk to them.
You can talk to them and you can accept the opinion. If somebody you don't like him, even he says something right, you will think it's not good.
Yeah, because already
think
there's that bias. There's normally that
yes,
bias.
It's some bias.
Okay, so you guys that's like a caution on the side that whenever you talk, yes, you can talk to the people who have different ideas, but then there are people who you feel you don't like each other. In that case, it's so hard to accept the opinion, even if you listen. So it could be like a waste of time, because unless you decide to resolve your differences, maybe in that case communication can be smooth, because hatred is not good for communication. You'll not understand each other, you'll not accept each one's opinion. Even if it is true, you will not accept. You'll say, no, this person is my enemy, I cannot take this. So one step to having a good communication is also having a good personal relationship with someone. Maybe it can also help to improve the communication. Okay, Handsome, what is your presentation? Yes, about how you develop your communication skills in your daily life.
I will practice more. If what kind of communication I will, what kind of different, what kind of situation, what kind of different communication. Yeah, if I want to do some presentation in some topic to my students, I will take more time to practice. Yeah, and then I will think which one way my student can accept, and how to introduce things for them, and then they were interesting. Yeah, they will enjoy the speech. So I think practice and the pronunciation and the tone, the speak tone. Yeah, the more high or low. Yeah, it can attract different people. I in Taiwan, Taiwan's woman, they like the man speak like this. Hello, I'm yeah, they like the low tone of the man. Yeah, and if you want to attract the speech in the some topic, you can more high. Your tone can be more high. Hi, my name is Handsome, and more high. Yeah, it will attract everybody's notice, and so I think practice is important. Yeah, you will let them and let the listener and yourself enjoy in this topic. Yeah, that I think is important. Even the listener, you can think before the class over. If you want to asking some question to your teacher, I will be prepared some question and so to asking my teacher, and I hope the question not even I want to learn, and the same moment you can share to your coworker or another student. It's my uh, develop in my communication skills. Yeah.
I see. So, according to you, it's more about it depends on the situation and what you're going to talk about. So, prior to that, you take time to get some knowledge about what you're talking about, like normally you call it research, and then you practice about the ways of making your presentation, and then you acknowledge that the tone of your speech matters to capture your different audience. So if you have to practice how you speak to them in a different way, and then you like, it's a conversation that depends on a situation. It's not, you don't have a particular way, like it just depends on the situation, so you prepare for the moment. But okay, Yukari-san, do you have a question for Handsome?
Yes, of course, the conversation depends situation. And when I listen to you, I'm very interested in tone of speech. So sometimes lower tone, sometimes high tone, high pitch. So it's it is very interesting. So I try to so change my tone of speech or speed. It's kind of speed of speech. And sometimes stop, and sometimes I talk faster. Maybe it can say the audience to focus on.
Okay. Hi. I think we're just a minute away to ending this class. Again, I'll echo the homework. It will just be in the class. Just prepare yourself, know about communication, your opinion about communication on the international level. And like now, we are communicating on an international level. So this is already a good background for the homework. So unless you have any questions for today.
questions? How about you? Do you have questions?
No, I feel good today. Yeah.
You're always smiling. Why?
No. I just think something about the town because actually Taiwanese woman they actually love
Okay.
the men, the low tone. They, they feel it's like the real men. The real men say, my name is because it is true in Taiwan.
Okay. So maybe when I come to Taiwan, I'll change my tone. I'll begin talking with a very heavy
You
voice.
will get more popular.
Okay. I think, yeah, that's all from today. I think I'll see you now in the private classes. Okay?
Okay.
Until then, have yourself a good night. All right.
Okay.
I'll share the notes the other side.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.